Hi, Libra Anarchy here, responding to Lucindio6669. The video is homophobic, bigot politicians, and politicians is spelled wrong right now, just a heads up on that. And by the way, cheapest, worst Halloween costume ever. Those are supposed to be gill slits. Just grab a pen and, yeah, terrible, right? Anyway, so the situation Jack described is of a Nebraska school board member posting a video on Facebook encouraging gay teens to kill themselves, and then apparently posting a half-hearted apology afterward. Now, I don't know the situation. I don't know if this actually happened, and I don't know how it happened, if it did happen. But even people who think that homosexuality is somehow wrong would agree that telling children to kill themselves is a bad thing to do. It's not acceptable. It's shitty. And I'll do research on the subject at hand, because I don't want to relate what happened if I don't actually know what happened. But I did want to comment on the phrase family values. It's often used as a euphemism for, in actuality, just the opposite. It's actually used as a euphemism for excluding people who are different, oftentimes from doing things that relate to having and maintaining a family. There are situations where gay people are excluded from their families. And of course, it's not just gay, it's also lesbian, bi, transgender, GBLT, and of course you do have like asexual people, genderqueer people, pansexual people. There's lots of terms and labels, but the point is, there are people who don't fit the sexual norm who are literally disowned from their families. Or, if they're not disowned, members of their family will try to shame them or literally physically beat the gay out of them. And I was closeted until I was an adult. And in fact, with my dad, he never knew, because I figured that he would take a similar approach to me. And it's not that he himself was just this evil, evil supervillain with, black slime coming out of his nose or something. He was a human being, but a prejudiced human being, and I didn't know how far his prejudice would influence his actions toward me. And there are certainly many, many situations where family relations are strained, not because somebody is gay. I mean, if it was like, well, I accept you as you because you're my child, and the only difference is that you will be having, boyfriends instead of girlfriends, and I'm okay with that, even if it's a little bit strange to me, and we'll take situations as they come, and I don't love you any less for who you are, for what you are. Instead of that approach, these, quote, family values people want to cause strife and strain within families. And many times, consenting adults are prevented from drawing up a contract, and specifically a marriage contract. Now, individual heterosexual marriages won't be affected by a same-sex couple down the street who draws up the same contract, but in some states, like my state, the state of Georgia, they are specifically barred from drawing up such a contract. Why? Oh gosh, I don't know, because they like taking it in the poop chute. Okay, that's a good reason. Let's not let consenting adults draw up a contract because they do something that I happen to think is a little bit gross or something like that. or because my magical sky daddy in this book of myth says it's a bad thing or something. I mean, really. Or with adoption, you could certainly have. You might say, oh well, 2 moms or 2 dads is abnormal. Yeah, there's a lot of things about a lot of perfectly functional people that are abnormal, and kids who, kids up for adoption need a family, a functional, healthy family, more than they need a particularly normal family. And you'll never find a particularly normal family. You'll just find families whose abnormalities are a little bit different. We're all abnormal in some capacity. So instead of adopting children and getting married, in many cases, same-sex couples are barred from participating in family activities. And many times families are broken up because one of the members has a different sexual or gender identity. In fact, I don't even say that anyone has to like what I do or what anyone else does in the bedroom. I tell you what, I'll leave my bedroom business, far, far away from your doorstep, but don't come into my bedroom if you don't want to see it, if you don't want to hear about it. And then we'll just live lives and carry on with our business. And that's it. And my business will be my business. And that's it. You don't have to like it. So, yeah, family values it's a euphemism for excluding people. That's all it is. And it's pretty awful that a movement that's about excluding people is so capable of couching itself in a suit and tie, in several degrees, whether it be seminary or some psychiatric degrees with some letters behind the name and stuff, and then basically say those people are different, let's exclude them. And then call it family values and moral and wholesome and good and Christian and light and love and happy and healthy, and we're defending America and we're defending family values and we're defending the family. No, you're not. You're breaking up families. That's ridiculous. You're lying. And there are people who are swallowing it whole, and their families are going to suffer for it. Many times it's the kids who are going to suffer for it. Okay, so now I'm off in a rant. But family values is a euphemism. If you value families, don't break up families and don't bar people from functioning as a family. Alright. So this is filler. And I really do hope you like my gill slits. It's so cheesy. Yeah.